It's December the 9th, 2024. It's Monday. I would like to talk about courage. That's the topic one of the Samaneris asked me to talk about because she was giving a speech for UTBSI on December 14th. It will be on air on December 14th. It is on courage and resilience. But they asked me to look for Samaneri so that we can see the continuation of Buddhism into the future. Often it's me speaking, but my generation is a going away generation. So they are looking for the newer generation. So when I was ordained, many people commented that, oh, Venerable Dhammananda, you are so brave, you are so courageous, to take this path. Why did they think that to be ordained is so courageous? Because in Thailand, we have population of something like ประชากรไทยเท่าไหร่นะ66 ล้าน 66 million. It has been standing at this number for some time now. It's not increasing. And out of this population, you have something like 300,000 monks and about 10,000 Machi, white robe, and no Bhikkhunis. And this country is supposed to be the country with the highest percentage of Buddhists. That is 95% of the population are Buddhists. Yet, we do not have the fourfold Buddhist communities. That is a shame. That is really a shame. Because we are quite boastful, that Thailand is a country with the largest, highest Buddhist population in the world. The next one comes Myanmar. Myanmar has about 87% of Buddhist communities. To them, I think seeing me against 300,000 monks and only I myself as a Bhikkhuni, to them that might be considered courageous. But I was not thinking in that direction at all. I was just doing my thing. I was just doing what I should do. Why did I think in that direction? Because in 1983, there was a conference, international conference on women, religion, and social changes. And I was invited among all these feminists, very hardcore, I would say, hardcore feminists. One particular feminist, I remember her very well. Her hair is completely white. She was put in prison many times because she stood against the government. And when she introduced herself in the conference, that was a shock for me. She pointed to the man sitting next to her. This is my third husband. To me, coming from Asia, to introduce a person as a husband is already brave enough, but to introduce him as my third husband, that was quite shocking for me at that time. So I was among these brave women in their societies. They were fighting against, mostly on women's issue, women's rights. From Mexico, from Israel, from many countries. And I was the only one in Thailand who studied about Bhikkhunis. Yet I am not doing anything to bring about Bhikkhunis in reality. That was a shame. I really thought that was a shame on my part. It was quite a shocking conference that I attended because it left a big pang on my heart, to see, to me, to look at myself and see, look, the topic was women, religion, social changes. And look at you, you are the only Buddhist academic in this country who get all the information, who collected all the information about the Bhikkhunis. Yet I was not doing anything to bring about social changes. I was not doing anything to bring about the Bhikkhunis. That was my point. That was my point. So my point was I was responsible as an academic to bring about social changes in a country which is so lopsided. You have only male monks in this whole country, yet you don't have female monastics. So I did not feel courageous. I didn't have the feeling of being very courageous, but I was responsible. I was responsible, and I was doing my share. I was doing my share of responsibility. But the day when I came back with the robe, I didn't realize that I have ignited something that was very fearful in society. I didn't know that the society would be responding to me in such a negative way, in a very with dirty trick. I recall this one particular radio station, they would allow people to call in and they would record one who speak very harshly against ordination of Bhikkhunis. And this particular man who actually ran this program, what he did was to keep replaying all those comments, very bad comments against the Bhikkhunis. And this man was an ex-monk. He was a monk before and then he disrobed and he was running this program. No one wanted to speak to me. Even I went back to my own campus, my own university campus. People avoid me. When they see me coming, they go left or they go right, hiding their face. They do not want to face me face to face. I felt kind of very disappointed and awkward. Only later on I learned from one of them who told my friend that she got scared seeing me because she did not know how to address me. Language problem, just like when you were in class today, you don't know how to address the lay teacher and you don't know how to address Venerable Dhammananda, So the situation was a very strange one. And yet I didn't feel courageous. I didn't feel that, I'm so, I'm so courageous. I have to stand against all this. Actually, it's all ignorance. They don't know their part. And they say that, why don't you wait until the society knows more about Bhikkhunis? That would take yet another century to begin the Bhikkhuni lineage. And that comment came from my own people from my university. They said, why don't you wait until society understands more about the issue? That's a shame, really a shame. Yet I didn't feel courageous. I didn't feel I was courageous. I was just doing my stuff. When you pronounce yourself, Puttang Saranang Kacchami, I take refuge in the Buddha. And I'm only paying my respect to the Buddha because the Buddha was the one who actually paved the way for the women to be ordained. It is the Buddha's intention. But we are not doing it. So I just felt that I was only doing my stuff. if you were in my shoes, having so much information that ordination for women is a correct thing to do, you would have done the same thing as I did. Or maybe not. Maybe not. For this, I think my root is very important. I have very strong root from my father's side and also my mother's side. Both of them stood up against, my father stood up against corruption and he was put in prison twice. My mother stood up against the social belief that women cannot do anything. That's why she went to Singapore on bicycle. It took her 29 days to reach Singapore. And no one has yet broken the record that she had done some way back before I was born. So yes, I didn't feel that I was courageous. And resilience, yes, I think there is a great sense of resilience, insisting on doing something that you believe it is right. That's why we have you here. That's why we have you here. Yes, we have to be responsible. You have to be true to your guts. When you call yourself a Buddhist, when you said you take refuge in the Buddha, yet you're not doing anything to pay respect to the Buddha, that is a sissy. I think that is a shame. That is, we should feel ashamed to pay only lip service of Buddhang Saranang Kacchami. I take refuge in the Buddha, but I'm not doing anything that the Buddha laid down for us. So I was doing my share. I was doing my responsibility. Yes, and to step out and do what I was responsible for, what we should be responsible for, you may call that courage. But I myself didn't feel. I didn't feel that I was courageous. I just felt that I need to do it. I feel responsible. I feel I am expressing my respect, true respect to the Buddha, by completing what he intended, that the Fourfold Buddhist should be like this, So, and yes, I have been resilient. I keep on doing it. I keep on doing it by giving ordination to first group, second group, until now it's more than 1,000 here or alone. But in the south, I went down south 3-4 times, I think, and I must have given ordination to something like 200 Samaneris in the south. And I also went up to the north in Phayao. I gave ordination to 30 Samaneris in Phayao. Yes, resilience. We have to keep on doing it. And this, I hope that being resilient is contagious. It's contagious, that it started with me, but it should be contagious, that it allow you to walk the path and keep on doing it, trusting the Buddha. The path will be open. The path was already paved since Mahapajapati Gautami's time, but then it became, the weed gets in, all the weeds and all the shrub get in, and we kind of lost the path. So now we have to reclaim the path that Mahapajapati Gautami, the queen, and all the rest of the Bhikkhunis in those days paved the way for us. It is now for us to reclaim the path and continue walking. Yes, be resilient in your pursue your life. Be resilient and be proud, be happy that you are doing something that you should have done. You should have done. And give a big smile. Give a big smile to that. I share with you yet another story about the smile. My teacher, my Master Sing Yun, the founder of Fo Guangsan, in his time when he was alive, there was this one lady, his disciple. She was an accountant, and after listening to his speech for some time, she came and asked for ordination. He refused. She didn't know why he refused. She asked him maybe 10 times. So finally she got the courage to go and ask him, why you're not giving me ordination? And you know what he said? You don't smile. You don't smile. Being a monastic, you need to smile. You smile. Even when I scold you, I also need to smile so that you know that this is out of kindness, this is out of compassion, that's why I'm scolding you. And when you smile, you might be facing something bad. It does not look so bad when you smile. And it does give encouragement to others who are in that situation. So to be a monastic, you need to smile. You learn that. To be a monastic, you need to smile.